Welcome everybody. I am super hyped to talk about the Bronzong buffs and changes. But quickly before I get into that, I want to leave a little disclaimer for anybody who's new here or just happened to click on this video, or if you just haven't done this yet, you should definitely do this. In the description down below, there is a link to the Google Sheet that I use in all my videos. And then most importantly, you can check this little tab here at the bottom. It says search all moves here, and you can check out every single move, buff, and change organized into categories for your viewing convenience. Those are super important. And I organize them into a lot of different categories for, just to make it easier to find what moves you're looking for. You can also just, control plus F. But with that being said, Bronzong has some awesome buffs. Keep in mind in this ROM hack, the power levels are really fucking high. So, having bulky ass Pokemon like this is kind of needed to counteract the ridiculous power of the moves and of the Pokemon in general with all the new abilities and all this crazy stuff flying around. So it's always nice to have some defensive rocks. Steel Psychic obviously is a very good defensive typing. Bronzong only has 4 weaknesses with that. However, with his 2 abilities, Levitate and Drizzle, one of those 2 is either negated or turned into a neutrality. So yes, I did give Bronzong Drizzle. That's a pretty common thing that people talk about. The Pokedex literally word for word says that he brings the rain. These guys are based on some type of, I believe it's a Chinese ancient bell or a Japanese ancient bell, some type of weird, not weird, but some type of cultural thing. So yeah, it's pretty cool. They bring harvest and they, bring rain and stuff. So there you go. Therefore, Drizzle. It also functionally serves as heat proof, but better. Obviously, it doesn't last infinitely like heat proof does, and it can be overwritten by other weather, but other than that, it's better than heat proof because you can support your own team with Drizzle. You can activate rain abilities. You can boost your water type moves. You can give Weather Ball to all of your Pokemon because basically every special attacker gets Weather Ball now, so you can get boosted Weather Ball on your Pokemon. All kinds of fun things. You can make your Pokemon that are weak to fire less weak to fire. All kinds of things you can use to abuse Drizzle with, even if you aren't specifically using a water type or a rain abuser specifically. I just used specifically twice, but yeah, incredible bulk. I also just love the way the stats look, like 7, 7, 4, 4, 3, 3, 1, 4, 1, 1, 4, 1, 1, 1, 4. Like, it's just pretty cool. Bronzong is just super fucking cool. I did give 550 base out total, similar to something like Claydol, who also evolves at level 35, I believe. Maybe a little bit earlier, but basically similar vibes. They give me Claydol, Bronzong, 2 really fucking cool ass Pokemon. Bronzong's sick, man. I actually like Bronzong more than Bronzer because Bronzong doesn't show its eyes. I know it has the eyes right here, this little face thing, but I don't know. I just really like weird Pokemon like this. He's really fucking sick. I did lower their physical attack, or at least Bronzong's, because yeah, I guess he could spin around and hit people, but I prefer, number one, stat total, I wanted him to hit 550. He doesn't fit like a Samasuda or anything like that, so I had to drop it anyways. But also just doesn't really fit to be physical in my opinion. I like special attacking Bronzong. It fits his weird ancient type vibe. And yeah, Levitate's a great ability. Keep in mind, in this ROM hack, you do have access to infinite usability capsules, so you can easily switch around your EV spread whenever you need to. I said the word easy twice, but it's very easy to switch your EV spread. Excuse me, it's late, guys. I'm trying to get a video out before I go to bed today because I didn't upload yet today. But yeah, it's just super fucking sick. I just love these abilities. Again, switching between them is very useful. You use Levitate when you need it, and then otherwise you're using Drizzle, and sometimes Drizzle might hinder your team. It might fuck up your strategy. It might override your other weather or just weaken your fire moves or whatever, so you don't always want Drizzle. So it's nice to have the option, even if Levitate isn't specifically useful in that fight. And again, Levitate's great. It's obviously a great ability. They have tons of powerful moves. They do have reliable recovery with 4 to 5. Basically, every single Pokemon in attack has a reliable recovery move because healing items are disabled in battle, so I wanted to give every Pokemon the option to heal. So yeah, 4 to 5. It's Steel type recover, so that's great. Bronzor has Magic Bounce, which is very fitting given that he is a mirror, and the Pokedex talks about him reflecting away things and all this kind of really cool stuff. And also, I believe Magic Bounce is Magic Mirror in Japanese, so it's just a super fitting ability. And you might be thinking, okay, well, what about a Violate Bronzer? Because he has some pretty good bulk and a respectable special attack stat, but in reality, it's not very feasible because you definitely want that held item functionality in this hack. You definitely want to held item. Not to mention Bronzong HP is based a little bit more on size now, not entirely or perfectly, but roughly 77 base HP is pretty damn good. That's definitely at least a little bit above average or more than average, and it's better than his old HP stat. But most importantly, those 141 defenses are huge with that typing and access to all these great moves. You have Volt Switch, which is huge. Volt Switch is very useful. Great coverage moves, like I said. Great utility with stuff like Metal Sound and Strange Impulse and all these other moves. And again, just having that Volt Switch with Drizzle or whatever else you want to go for is really useful. You do have Weather Ball, Rain boosted Weather Ball, excuse me, as well as an option, which is really fun. So you can get that Drizzle Weather Ball going. And you have other good coverage like Aura Sphere, Thunderbolt, Energy Ball, Shadow Ball, blah, blah, blah. You have powerful stab options, of course, like every Pokemon does, like Flash Cannon 110 base power, Side Strike 130, and Psycho Boost, all this crazy stuff. So yeah, just a really solid, tanky, fun Pokemon. Great special attack, great bulk, great typing, great abilities. Just a really, really fucking solid Pokemon. Very deserving of these buffs, in my opinion. You also have self-setting Trick Room, which is pretty damn strong. Trick Room is neutral priority, so you could use the newly changed Quick Claw to get that off really quick and just go to town, and you could like sweep because you have pretty low speed. It's not the best thing, but it is still really strong. You could also just Trick Room with the Volt Switch into your teammate to abuse it otherwise. But yeah, great bulk, just a solid fucking mon overall. Ancient Voice is also it's essentially Judgment, so you can slap a plate on that man and get one of like a billion types, and it becomes 120 base power, super strong coverage. Although honestly, you already have very good coverage, and it does take up your held item, which you definitely want. So it's not as crazy as you might assume, but it's still a great option nonetheless. I also have to add him to this list right here, this growing list of guys that get it. But yeah, I thank you for your time. Hopefully this video was concise. Might be a little bit ranty because it's late at night, but yeah, hopefully you found these types of buffs and changes interesting. If you do, definitely make sure you subscribe. If you listen this far into the video and you're not subscribed, it's not going to spam your sub box, I promise. I really appreciate the sub, so thank you if you do that. And share this tag with your friends if you think it's cool. You can feel free to join my Discord server as well. So yeah, I'll be back for more, and goodbye.